Gather round, friends, new and old, and welcome to the Roast and Toast podcast. We are your hosts this week, Jennie and Philip.
Yes, no David this week. He is indisposed, especially with last week's exciting announcement. Or no, I guess I'm trying to remember. They went out of order again. We batch these episodes, dirty little secret. But we record two episodes at a time. And so now, 2 weeks ago, the episode that you, the listener, are listening to was dropped. Very big information and news that David Hoffman is engaged. So I think he is indisposed, taking preparation, taking
some time.
Some time, enjoying himself. So we miss you, David. Can't wait till you come back. But in the meantime, you and me, Jennie, are holding down the fort, which I think is something of a first. I think, Jennie, you've held down the fort with David. You'll be holding down the fort with me. Obviously, me and David held down the fort for a little while. So now this is the final iteration. This is the last one that needs to happen.
The final combo, yes.
Absolutely. Speaking of final combos, you know what is the absolute worst is whenever you need to change. I don't know if you subscribe to this, but whenever you need to change your car seat covers in order, like my dirty little old grandma secret that I do, like where you keep plastic over everything. The one that I do subscribe to is putting car covers and like seat covers on and like in the car. And normally that'd be fine because like it lasts in theory for years, right? And then you just act as if it's normal. But when it comes time, when that bill comes due and you need to change them out, oh my God, you go away as far from summer as you can because otherwise you will look and feel like a crazy person taking out, like having your entire car open, bare ass, buck naked, because you got to take everything out. You got to unzip this. You got to unclip that just to redo it all again by putting something and now you got new from Amazon, and put it all on in the Amazon in the summer and re-zip, re-clip, fold. You got to have a knee here so that way it's holding this while it's folding down. You got to watch out for the little clickers and over here, and then you got to make sure that this doesn't cover up this. Oh my God, it's the wrong way, and oh, it's horizontal. It's absolutely horrible and only gets worse as the summer goes on.
Well, with that description alone, I don't think I can even begin to subscribe to that. That just sounds tedious and terrible.
Lost 2 pounds in water weight trying to do that this week. I swear it all just eased out of me. I didn't need a hot spa getaway. I had one. And just this week, just yesterday, it was called a Thursday, whatever it is. All right, Jennie, how was your week?
It was good. So at the day we're recording this, we have had last week was Mother's Day.
Yes.
According to all of our calendars. And I had the pleasure and the enjoyment of, pardon me, my phone.
Oh, and look at that. Even Life is saying +1. +1 on mentioning Mother's Day on
Yahoo!
the pod.
I experienced my first custom hat bar. Have you heard of those, Philip?
I can imagine what it is, but no, prior to you mentioning this, I have not. Please explain.
The sentence speaks for itself. It's a place where you go to make a very, traditionally, it's a Western or country themed activity where you go into a hat bar and you can select from a plain hat, whatever color or brim size or whatever head size you choose. Because, who wants a tiny hat, right? I think I would. Then you would go and you would find different accessories that you can wrap around the crown of the hat, or you can put little pins on or feathers, or you can do some branding. You can brand your hat or burn
roast
it.
And toast?
That's a trend. Yeah, exactly. A roast and toast. Exactly. But it's a very fun experience. I made a really cool kind of witchy hat I had got a tarot card stuck in an ostrich feather. Not an ostrich feather, that'd be really expensive, but like a traditional small brown bird feather. It's very cute, and if I can wear it every day, I would. But I do have to get used to one thing. My personal bubble, it greatly expands when I wear this hat. So hugging is not great.
Yes.
I can't hug people very well.
Close proximity is a no-go with this thing. We're choosing fashion over and social distancing. This would have been great during 2020. So it's the Cold Stone Creamery of hats. Got it. You can just kind of see that, make your own, do what you need to. I see. Now, out of question, was this more of a mother activity, or was this a Jennie activity, or was this a shared vision?
It was both. It was a shared mission
Okay.
and vision.
Okay.
I made one, and my mother made one. I made one that was kind of dark, black and brown, witchy. She made one that was kind of a mauve color, champagne
Oh,
sparkles on
ma.
it, some baubles. She's a big sparkly gal, so she went full glitter gems on hers. So it was super fun though. I think she had a really good time as well. I highly recommend it. Save up some dough if you want to find a unique activity for your mom and sister to go do something. Would highly recommend that.
Well, happy Mother's Day to you, Rhonda Reiner, and
Yes.
happy Mother's Day to you, Mom, friend of the pod. Love it. All right, let's get to our main topic here.
I have a special guest I would like to introduce to the pod this week. Please welcome back to the podcast a crowd and podcast favorite, Shannon Phelps. Welcome back. How you feeling? How you doing? What's new?
Hi, everyone. I'm doing good. I'm so excited to be back with you guys. It's awesome. How are you doing?
Oh, it's
doing well. Thank
doing
you.
Good. Thank you so much for coming back. I would like to mention, Shannon, that you were nominated for a Roast and Toast award during the holiday season. Yes, you were. Philip, would you break it down for us?
Oh, that's
Yes.
so cool.
Every year we do a very self-gratuitous podcast awards. Every host comes with their own nominees. You were nominated for Best Guest of the Year. You did not win, but it is very much an honor, as you know from the Oscars and from the Puppet Awards that I'm sure that you've been in attendance for both.
Mm-hmm.
It is an honor to be nominated. You're one of 3 selected, so feel very, very good about your status in the podcast's favoring eye.
Oh my gosh, I do. Thank you so much. That's like the sweetest. I love it.
Yes, absolutely. Well, we'll get to know you a little bit later, but for now, we have something very important to kind of break down. So we've done before the Blockbuster Draft, very big event, something that we do each and every year that we take a lot of pride in. And it got us thinking that, hey, maybe we should expand this. Maybe we should move the fun into something of a routine, of something that we do and come back to, right? So what we're going to do is kind of break down a draft of anybody's choosing. This week, we're going to start in this particular format. We're going to start with a topic that Jennie wants to suggest. She brought, of course, a friend of the podcast, Shannon, to help us commit and go forth with this draft. And what we're going to do is at the end of this draft, each participant, each one of us ladies, will be voting for somebody other than ourselves draft. Hopefully we have a winner. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if there's no winner to be found, we either all did equally as horrible or we all did equally as bad. One or the other, you, the audience, decide. And we will see. We will see if anybody has a favorite, a fan favorite, if we all agree, if we don't. No real stakes on this one, just fun. So, Jennie, please break it down. The topic and the subject matter of which we are drafting can be anything. Mother's Day, of course, just passed. We can draft the best mothers. We could draft the best breakfasts. Hello, eggs, #1 overall pick. Where are you going, Jennie, for this rendition of It's Drafty?
I'm a big lover of animals, and I'm a big lover of movies. So I feel like something that should be talked about more often in general are when dogs get featured in movies and television. I thought it'd be fun for this draft, this beginning of this new trend for us, to put together a winning team of 3 dogs from movies, cinema, television, even books if we want, to feature and that we would think would be a winning team. Dogs in cinema.
Excellent.
I am so excited.
Dog in cinema. So this reaches across any form of media. This can be books. This can be television, of course, films. Jennie, who do you want to? We'll do a snake draft for those familiar with the terms, and if not, it's just reverse order every other round. So, Jennie, who do you want? This is a big one. This could be a very determining pick here. I think that there's a clear #1, but I'm sure we all think this. Who do you want to have the #1 overall pick to start this draft?
It seems appropriate to me that the guest gets to start first.
I love it. I would totally love to go first. That's great.
Makes sense. Shannon, who are you picking with the #1 overall pick on the draft? You're on the clock.
I know, I got it. So, this is a no-brainer for me, and I think anyone who knows me knows how much I love The Wizard of Oz. So my first draft.
Why am I not surprised?
My first draft is Toto in The Wizard of Oz. Now, hear me out.
Excellent choice.
This dog is incredible, right? It saves Dorothy. It helps her, makes her feel good. And honestly, the whole movie would not have happened if Toto didn't run away. So Dorothy wouldn't have met her magical friends. She wouldn't have had this wonderful experience. She wouldn't have gone to this otherworldly land had it not been for this beautiful little soul dog. So I'm going to have to go with Toto from The Wizard of Oz.
For some Shannon lore for our listeners, Shannon is a huge fan of The Wizard of Oz and Judy Garland. So this is right on brand for Shannon.
Right on
I
brand.
literally also had a dog named Toto growing up for 18 years.
Yes, she did.
It's definitely on brand.
Amazing. I love it.
Very possible that this dog, too, fun fact, is the first to go from the black and white screen to color as well. So a historic achievement in all of dogdom.
I didn't even think of that.
Very good, Shane.
Terry the Terrier was the dog actor, and they literally, Judy Garland loved the dog so much, and she asked if she could have the dog when they were working. And
what a sweet pea.
I know. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. But yeah, Terry the Terrier showed up in so many different movies in Hollywood. So yeah, that is very true. Black and white to color. It's great.
Love it. All right, Jenny. You or me? Who's going next?
Philip, you are next in the draft picking.
I have my pick of the litter, all puns intended. So I will go. Toto was an excellent choice, especially in cinema. Very good. I'm going to go more in TV land, where I think the MVP of that particular medium is a David honorable mention. I'm sure would have been his number one overall pick. We're going to go with Scooby Doo. I don't know.
Another great choice.
Yes, I don't know of a better dog that I think is known across generations. I think as we go forward in this draft, you'll find a lot of dated dogs, which, you'll see prominence and popularity in a different generation, whether that be younger or older, or maybe even just a middle generation. But Scooby-Doo is transcendent. Scooby-Doo is persistent. Scooby-Doo is brave, and Scooby-Doo is achieving. And Scooby-Doo is pivotal, not only for being a major player within his own show, but also just having a damn cool name. And who doesn't want a Scooby-Dooby-Doo and doesn't love a stoner dog? Scooby-Doo is my number one pick. Take it.
Oh my gosh, a stoner dog. I mean,
that's hilarious. Also, dog that solves mysteries. Yes.
Very smart. Jenny, you get 2 picks back to back. What's the first one that you're going to go with?
I'm going to go with the kind of another classic dog that that you would see in television in particular for this puppy. Lassie is a badass.
Lassie.
Oh, yes.
Classic choice.
She's a heroic collie. She also solves mysteries, and she helps fight danger, and she's very, very smart. So if I'm going to go on adventures, which I would love to be able to do more of someday, I will be taking Lassie with me. She's a queen.
And we love a dog who's very good at communication. This dog is very smart and able. What was that, Lassie? Woof, woof. Little Billy fell down the well. Woof, woof. And he also had a firecracker in his back pocket that fell in midway and is causing smoke up the thing. Wow, Lassie. Well, great job. Very communicative dog. Very lovely.
It reminds me of my grandfather's dog, Teddy. He's also very good at communicating. He's not famous. He's famous to me. He's not famous in television or films. But he's very smart. He knows how to get onto, he'll hop on the chair and stare at you. And you can go through the process with Teddy to deduct what he's looking for. It makes me think of Teddy. So it's a connection with Lassie I have. So Lassie's number one for me. Now, my second choice. So I'm kind of in this trend here of smart dogs, friendly dogs, ones that I love that could get along with everybody. Another one that comes to mind is one that's a little more animated. Blue from Blue's Clues.
Oh, did not have that on my list. Excellent choice.
I love it.
She's a queen also. Very, very smart dog. Super friendly. Down for anything. Loves to have fun. She's an icon. Blue, you're on my list.
The paw
And
prints
a
everywhere.
lover of art. Always loved what
Yes.
Steve and anybody else who now comes along and hosts the show loves
She's
what they
creative.
do. Yes, she's very creative. Pro arts. God bless you.
I love Blue from Blue's Clues. I even, when I was a tiny little child, had the little notebook and everything too, and then like little
Yes.
mini
Same.
paw
Oh
prints
my
that you could put everywhere.
Adorable.
Good choice.
All right, Philly, what's your second choice?
Well, I have another iconic dog. I dare I say, I think I'm going to be still sticking in the TV one, but this dog goes into movies as well. Let's go with Snoopy. Snoopy as my second
Good one.
dog. You want to talk about a communicative dog? This dog has whole adventures, has a wild imagination, and is very expressive. I dare say, whenever people think of Peanuts, yes, it's Charlie Brown, but it is certainly Snoopy there as well. And I think it could
It's
go either
Snoopy's
way.
world. Let's be real. It's Snoopy's
100.
world.
I think Snoopy is the main attraction, if not one of the fan favorites of the Peanuts world. Snoopy, I think, is an iconic dog. I love that I got him here in the second round. I'm feeling great about my team. Shannon, where are you going for your last two picks?
So I have to say, I'm feeling great about my team too, because I was getting very nervous about you guys.
Oh
no! I'm gonna have to go with my second pick. Is also in the TV land. It's Wishbone. So
I have him on the list. Yeah, very good.
Well, and I have to do that because also my dog Kingsley is a Jack Russell Terrier, and I love him so dearly. He's a precious cinnamon roll. But Wishbone, because he, for one, teaches tiny children history lessons. And I would love to be taught as a tiny child a lesson by a dog. And just the adventures that he goes on, the level of like literary knowledge that this little Jack Russell has, helping his friends understand things. And I mean, it's incredible. I loved Wishbone. Also, Jack Russells are in the top 5 smartest dog breeds too. So good draft there for intelligence. So yeah, Wishbone is my second pick.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice. It was on the radar, not on my list. So I feel confident about where he went, but I can understand favoritism. Favoritism does come into play and is going to definitely
100%.
be subjective into any matter. So there you go. Who are you filling out your team with? The last addition to your team here, Shannon.
The last one, it was so hard because it's from the same movie, and I am a 90s child, so I really love this movie. Also kind of traumatized me a little bit because it's so beautiful, but it's from Homeward Bound. I know, but I'm going to have to go with Shadow, the golden retriever. Now, I know this might seem like an odd pick because it's the older dog, but hear me out. Literally loved that little boy so much, pulled himself out of a mud pit trap to go back home to be with his little tiny child. I think that's so pure. The heart, the dedication, the loyalty. I mean, also a little golden retriever mix, stunning. So I'm going to have to go.
That made me cry.
I cried like a baby. Also made everyone feel emotion. So pulled on the heartstrings even. Absolutely incredible. So yeah, he's going to be my final pick. Mr. Shadow.
Shannon is a Homeward Bound stan. The question is, were you a stan of Homeward Bound 2? Was New York as exciting and enticing for you as the first Homeward Bound?
You know, it was very stressful for me as a tiny child. I was like, they've been through this one time. I know they can get through it, but the fact that they're doing it again in a place is so stressful. It was very stressful, but I did like it.
This is akin to all the people that were upset about the existence of Home Alone 2. Lady, you are the worst mother in the history of cinema. You've lost your kid now twice in a historically bad fashion. How does this happen?
Stupid.
Gone. CPS is called, madam. So yes, Homeward Bound 2. Love that for you. Okay, you have your filled out team. I didn't realize before this just how many iconic dogs there are to really choose from. And you two picked even great ones that I hadn't even considered, especially with Blue. Great choice there. I was considering one dog here, and I'm not going to give a suggestion to Jennie as she can still fill out her roster. So I will just take, I think, the last dog that I think just holds so much prominence for really everybody, transcends generation, transcends age, really can go across the spectrum, and everybody kind of knows who you're talking about. I'm going to go with Mickey Mouse's old faithful companion,
Oh,
Pluto.
yay. I'm glad Pluto made a team. Thank goodness. I was thinking about having him on my list, but I was like, maybe not. But I'm glad he's being represented. Good.
It's a close one. Again, a fan favorite. I think that he will do well in the Q rating that my team is obviously enjoying. Go ahead there, Jenny. Who do you want to fill out your team with? Last pick of the entire
it
shebang.
wouldn't make sense for me to have a team of iconic dogs without having a beagle on the list because I love beagles. I grew up with beagles. I think I need to have Underdog on my list.
Cute.
I first heard of Underdog through seeing the movie that came out, I think sometime in the 2000s, and he's this cute, adorable beagle that wears a cape and flies around and is dorky. A dog that fights crime? Sign me up. Underdog, I choose you.
I love it.
Love it. Excellent. Last choice. Definitely you've got the muscle in this draft. None of our dogs are that strong, so very good. I think a couple of honorable mentions. There was Clifford, of course.
Yes.
There were a lot of dogs here. We could have gone one more person, maybe even another round if we truly wanted to.
We probably could have, if we want, yeah.
Marley from Marley and Me was somebody I had on the spectrum, on the horizon. Air Bud. A personal favorite for mine is Beethoven, exactly. Eddie from TV's Frasier. I love him. Lady and the Tramp was hard in that I didn't know if you got Lady and the Tramp or do you just have to pick one of them and which one they kind of need to go together. 101 Dalmatians, of course, are iconic, but only as a group feels like an overwhelming amount. So there are a lot of dogs to consider in this. So no diss to any dogs that were not accounted for and drafted. However, why don't we start with you, Jenny, first to put your vote towards somebody's list, not your own, to see if we can determine the winner since you were last to pick.
To refresh all of our memories, can we all state our completed lists before we vote?
Absolutely. Shannon, go first.
Perfect. Toto from The Wizard of Oz, Wishbone from Wishbone, the TV show, and then Shadow from Homeward Bound, the movie.
I have a team of Scooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby-Dooby from the TV show Scooby-Doo, Snoopy from the Peanuts collection, and Pluto, Mickey's faithful companion.
I had Blue from Blue's Clues. I had Lassie from TV's Lassie. And I also had the popular super dog Underdog. Are we voting for ourselves? I feel bad voting for
No, you cannot vote for yourself.
Okay.
That is the one rule.
While I do think that Philip chose a great team of popular pups that have won the hearts, I think there's a lot of heart in Shannon's team for these motivations of what these dogs were doing during these movies, what drove them to do all these iconic things. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a vote for Shannon's team.
Oh, thanks, Jenny.
An upset of the highest order, outrage recount.
You said, hey, listen, I was going to vote for my team because my team kicks ass. But no, we're not voting for our own teams. Yeah.
So I'm next on the chopping block here. God, I love Blue. I love the addition of Blue on your team, Jenny. But I got to admit, Lassie, I don't think either of my younger sisters has any clue who that is. And that was your number one overall pick. So I have to take that into account. And then Underdog, again, I don't think a generation younger than us knows who Underdog is. So because of this and the star power perhaps lonely being pulled by the weight and muscle of this little MVP, Toto, ride that yellow brick road to victory. Shannon, you've locked up this victory on this draft, but there is an honorable second place still up for grab between me and Jenny. Who do you want it to go to? No pressure.
Are you saying my choices are hipster, Philip?
They're very vintage.
Very vintage? Hey, on brand.
On brand.
They're so on brand. Oh, this is hard. It's so difficult. Honorable mention. I would have to say, oh, man. Oh, this is hard. I love Lassie just because she's iconic. So I have to give it to Miss Jenny because I grew up watching that. But I love Scooby-Doo too. And I was part of the mystery gang. I got a book every month to read. So can we do like a tie?
Wait, what?
Oh, yes.
What's the information on that?
So you would get like a book and like a cute little spy toy every month to hunt ghosts. And it was like
where was I for this? What?
Jenny wants to sign up for that now.
I know. And so I have to say, this is a total sidebar, but yeah, you'd get a little book every month. And then when you're done, they gave you like a cardboard mystery machine and you just stick the book in that. So it was like your little bookcase. It was so cute.
That's adorable.
Yeah.
Wow.
But can we do like both of you as an honorable mention for like a combo platter?
Sure, why not? We can, just for this occasion, we can split the bone. Throw us both a bone.
Platter. That's
a combo.
Hilarious.
All right, enjoy your half a bone there, Jenny. We were mercifully put into a tie for second place, which means we were both just second losers. But
better than
Shannon,
no kibble at all. Thank you.
Yeah,
exactly. Shannon, excellent draft, excellent job, excellent first overall pick. Did you well to win this? Toto was an excellent selection. Hey, let's bring you back next week. What do you say for a game that we can all play? Maybe it might be themed kind of towards what we did this week. Sound good, Shannon?
That's perfect. I love it.
Thank you so much. We'll see you in a bit.
Thank you.
This week's mini segment is Pop Quiz. Now, fair warning here, Jenny. In the past, I have misused, misrepresented, and mismade this game time and time again. So I'm coming in with another version of Pop Quiz. Let's hope it's the correct one. This is what I have for you. Jenny, in the episode Too Hot to Turkey Trot, I gave you, Jenny, a word to coordinate our Secret Santa gift exchange here on the pod. With this word, you got me the gift of otter slippers, still beloved and used and wanted. Thank you so much. However, my question to you, upon which you will be judged on, what was the word that led you to this purchase that I gave you? Was it A, sea, B, mammal, C, fish, or D, river? Which was the word that I gave you?
Oh, it was C, because I always, when I was deciding your gift, I was like, ocean, water, where do I go with this? And I was like, I could be a little out of the box and still think of a body of water with my selection, because there are sea otters. So.
Okay, so you're going option A, C.
Yes, correct.
You are absolutely 100% correct, and yes. I unintentionally did that option as a fun little.
I know. So I think I noticed.
Yes. So there we go. 1 for 1. I think I did the thing right. I think I did the darn thing right. Mark your calendars, everybody. It's a monumental achievement. I actually got a
congratulations, Phil.
Thank you to the Academy. I'd like to thank everybody, friends of the podcast galore. Thank you.
Oh man, another end of an episode has been reached. Time to close the bark box and move on into the next one. But before we go, this is not sponsored, by the way. We are not sponsored by BarkBox. Before we go, we have a few people to thank. Thanks to Cass and Crossland and Jake Corling for the music you hear throughout the show.
Thanks to Ryan Ardell and Josh Hans for a lot of the audio bits you hear throughout this show.
Thank you to Rudy Chalk for all of your wonderful graphic work that you can see on all of our socials. Special thanks to our guest this week, Shannon Phelps, for joining us. We had a great time. Thank you so much, Shannon, for joining us. And then most importantly, thank you to you, the listener. Thank you for always tuning in, supporting us, and enjoying our shenanigans. If you're enjoying our shenanigans for the very first time, congratulations. You're in for a wild ride. Stay for a while. Now, to keep in touch with us, you can follow us on all of our social media platforms, the typical places you would look: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all under Roast and Toast Pod. That is the handle. You can also listen to us on all these streaming platforms, and I will present the following: Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google, YouTube. Again, YouTube, a very multi-talented platform, but not Pandora, because I don't give a woof about Pandora, because screw you, Pandora.
Bro, your draft doesn't even make sense. It was a draft of dogs. Oh, and beyond that, it's Clifford the Big Red Dog, not the Big Red Bear.